Good to hear all the good news. Unfortunately, there's some bad news, Leader. More than 1,000 children became homeless in Dublin last year, according to Focus Ireland. This indicates that the housing crisis has escalated into a homeless crisis and a child welfare emergency. 90% of these families have never experienced homelessness before, and these are families who I would say suggest have been priced out of the monopolistic market, which operates on the landlord's terms and not in market equilibrium. The rental market needs to be regulated, and I am calling for the government, along with I know many others, to move on this sooner rather than later. The current rent supplement allowance particularly is not adequate to protect families from losing their homes or becoming homeless. Many people who avail of it cannot access properties on the private rental market for two documented reasons. Firstly, the vast majority of the properties that are rented on the market are significantly above the threshold for rent supplement, and again we've heard that often. But secondly, some landlords are refusing to accept rent supplement payments, and I think this is a blatant discrimination against those in receipt of rent allowance, and it is simply unacceptable. Our existing equality legislation, as members are aware, includes several grounds that are protected against, such as gender and family status, but does not provide protection from discrimination based on poverty or socioeconomic status. So, in light of the ongoing and unconcealed discrimination against people who are in receipt of social welfare payments in the private rental market, I'd like to ask the Leader to ask both the Minister for Justice and Equality and the Minister for Environment to come into the House and jointly debate this matter. And finally, or further, Leader, I think the escalating crisis and its devastating impact on families and children provides yet another rationale for guaranteeing economic, social and cultural rights in our Constitution. On the 23rd of February, the Constitutional Convention voted in favour of amending the Irish Constitution to strengthen these rights, subject to maximum available resources. But unfortunately, the government has not committed to a referendum based on the Convention's recommendations, and I'm perplexed by that decision. By offering a referendum to the people that would strengthen the enforceability of economic, social and cultural rights in Ireland, this government could give people a chance to guarantee everyone in Ireland a life of dignity, including access to an adequate standard of living, which does include adequate housing. So I want to ask the Leader to ask for a debate with Taoiseach or the appropriate minister as to why this question of economic, social and cultural rights is not being put to our people.